let's just get straight into it. The history of Nickelodeon sitcom Lost Media. I might word it differently in the title. For this video, I'm going to be going through every important piece of Lost Media involving Nickelodeon sitcoms. I've seemed to have been getting into this kind of stuff lately, for the past few months. So I thought maybe I should do this, since no one else seems to have done it. I'm going to be going all the way throughout history, of course, meaning I'm going to be going all the way back to when sitcoms started in 1989, all the way up to what I can find of Lost Media now. So, let's begin. The Adventures of Pete and Pete. The Adventures of Pete and Pete aired shorts back from 89 to 90, and then aired some specials from 91 to 93 before getting its first season and 2 more seasons airing from 93 to 96. I don't know much about the shorts, but from what I know that they're available. But there were 5 specials, and only one of them has been found. I wonder if Alex Myers has them, because he said he watched the show, so it's possible that maybe that YouTuber has some footage. Cousin Skeeter. Cousin Skeeter aired from 1998 to 2001, and hasn't aired since it ended in 2001. So, some of its episodes ended up becoming partially lost. From what I know, every episode is available, but some footage of certain episodes is not available. Believe it or not, I couldn't find much Lost Media from the 90s. And I couldn't find anything from the 80s because they started making these sitcoms in 89 with Hey Dude, which I couldn't find anything of. So, yeah. I mean, in the end, they only had like about, 9 sitcoms that aired at this time. So, yeah. On to the 2000s. This one's more interesting. No One Knows Best. No One Knows Best aired from late 2000 to, I think, maybe 2001, January 2001. Some sources tell me that it ended in December. That's because the show had a 13-episode season, and 5 episodes went unaired. I guess they were supposed to air in January. This show was created by the same guy who made The Secret World of Alex Mack. Yet it didn't do well, mainly because they found it to be too similar to Clarissa Explains It All, which the hype and love for that show and its comedy already went outdated back in the mid-90s. So nobody was really interested in watching No One Knows Best. Even though they got the guy who played Larry from Three's Company on that show, Richard Klein. However, the show did air in Russia, on some Russian network, and all 13 episodes aired on there. Strangely. And some guy just uploaded all the episodes in 2017 onto Dailymotion. In Russian, of course. Of English, though, for English speakers, all you can really find is 2 episodes. And I don't think they're fully found, either. I could be wrong, though, but either way, 2 out of the 8 aired episodes. Yeah, 8. That's it. From what I know, there's no way that the show will be found, unless some random streaming site like Crackle decides to stream them like how they did with another show last year. If you know what show I'm talking about, let me know. Anyway, next topic. Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh's original pilot was shot in 2002. but the pilot has not really been seen, aside from a few screenshots, during the 15 years since it was produced. Until 2017, when a few clips of it was uploaded online. But unfortunately, in the past 5 years, nothing else has happened. You'd think they'd ask like Josh Peck, "Hey, do you have the episode?" Or Drake Bell or something, but nope. I mean, you might as well at least ask them, right? Alright. Next topic. That's the Classified School Survival Guide. 2003 was the year that the pilot to the show had aired. Like, it actually aired. Unlike Drake and Josh, which didn't air, this one actually aired once. But unfortunately, the episode hasn't aired since, and nothing of it has been seen in 18 years. Until 2021, like literally like December 2021, like a year ago, when the pilot was seen partially in a promo that was uploaded in a commercial compilation back at that time. From that time. It's only for like a split second. You can tell it's the original pilot because you don't see Cookie wearing the big red coat that he wears in the first episode. No, instead you see the original Cookie, Boogie, wearing it. There's some white guy with glasses. So you can see that, so you can tell that's from the original pilot if you actually know about the original pilot. I can't believe this one actually aired, yet it's still lost. So then again, a lot of the media on here has aired, but just hasn't been seen again. Okay. And now for Ned's Declassified High School Survival Guide. Did you know that this show was supposed to have a spin-off? High school spin-off? Well, apparently it was supposed to, but after showing the pilot, nothing came of it. Nothing is really known about the pilot either. No footage or anything has been revealed, as far as I know. This had to have been shot sometime around 2007 or 2008, since 2007 was when the original Ned's Declassified had ended. So yeah. Bet you didn't know about that. Sorry, but we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit. I forgot to mention one other show. Romeo. Romeo was Nickelodeon's first attempt to try and make a music star out of their TV shows, before Drake and Josh, which aired in 2004. But in 2003, Nickelodeon gave us Romeo, airing all the way until 2006. Despite being one of the longer running Nick sitcoms, literally outlasting Victorious by 1 day, I checked it. I actually checked all of them. All of the runtimes of the Nick sitcoms, so yeah, only I will be able to tell you that. But anyway, despite airing 53 episodes in 3 seasons, and was lasting longer than most Nick sitcoms, Romeo has 14 episodes still missing. And they're from seasons 2 and 3. Like, season 1 is completely found. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Okay, and now let's move forward past 2007. iCarly at the Kids' Choice Awards 2008. I don't know if they found this, but this thing used to be on the iCarly website before it was taken down in 2018. And I don't know if they ever found it since, but as far as I know, it's still gone. Man, 2018 was a terrible year for Nickelodeon. If you want me to cover the worst of Nickelodeon, which is 2018 in my eyes, let me know. I would totally like to make a video on that. Anyway, next show. The Naked Brothers Band. Now I know the show aired from 2007 to 2009, but I'm going to backtrack a little bit. This show had like 3 seasons and a movie. Or was it 2 seasons? It had 35 episodes, so I'm assuming 3 seasons? Either way, this show aired from 2007 to 2009, but it had a special, 5 specials that aired, with the first one being Lost Today. It aired in December 2007, but, you know, the show aired until 2009, so I guess it fits in this category. Or fits in this time slot of this video. I am screwing up. I was supposed to make this go in order, but oh well. Does anyone have any of this stuff? Maybe one of you guys have these lost episodes. That's about it for the 2000s. Except I'm going to add an honorable mention. Just for Kicks. Just for Kicks aired for only a few months back in 2006. It was some type of drama-related sitcom that aired for, like, the girls, I believe. Because it seemed like it was one of those girly ones. Because it aired with because it was one of those girly ones. Because it was just a bunch of girl drama. It's about a girls' soccer team and a bunch of drama rolled around it. I haven't cared to look much into the show, but the reason I'm not mentioning it as part of the main video is because it was actually found in 2016 when some random guy here on YouTube just posted the whole thing. And Nickelodeon still hasn't taken it down. That's how obscure this thing is. Well, anyway, on to the 2010s. The Gibby pilot. Gibby was supposed to have his own spin-off from iCarly. Did you know that? Well, I sure as hell did not until 2016. So they shot a pilot in August of 2012, and they edited it in 2012. But, unfortunately, Nickelodeon didn't pick it up. For whatever reason. Because apparently, they thought that a spin-off of the most popular character on their most popular show was a bad idea. You know, I'm still a little pissed off about it, honestly. I wish I got to see this show air. It was supposed to air alongside Sam and Cass, but nope. They decided to turn it down for no reason. Like, Nickelodeon, it's been 10 years. Give me a damn explanation for this. Give me an explanation. Anyone behind Nickelodeon, if you're seeing this, tell me. Why was Gibby turned down? Because that decision of turning it down makes no sense and ended the Snyderverse. Well, or at least damaged it. It's part of the reason the Snyderverse ended. Alright. The pilot was released in the form of a script in 2021. And some screen grabs from Quentin Reviews was released in 2022. But the actual pilot is still missing. I read the pilot. I know what happens in the episode. I've seen the script. I've seen Quentin Reviews the video. So, I know what happens. And I gotta say, it sounded pretty damn fun to me. 11-year-old me would have loved that show. 10 or 11. Because I was like 10 at the time. Okay, moving on. The Thundermans pilot. In the same month that they announced Gibby, which was August 2012, they had the show The Thundermans announced. This show actually aired and went on to be one of the longest running shows in the network's history. Sitcom related. At one point, it had the most episodes of any Nick sitcom, even more than iCarly, despite having less seasons. And is currently the third longest running. The third longest running. It was the second, but now it's the third. Pretty good show, huh? Well, apparently, this show also had a lost pilot. In October of 2012, just 2 months after Gibby, they shot a pilot that had some noticeable differences. But when I read the script of this one too, which also came out in 2021, I actually liked it. Like, I legit liked it so much I stayed up the whole night just reading it. It was that fun. But at the same time, I'm grateful that the show went in a different direction. This pilot did not have Max Thunderman. This thing had Oliver Thunderman, which is some random guy who was, well, random to me, who just didn't really fit the part as much as Max, from what I've seen in the script. Only a couple of silent clips have been released that showcase the differences in designs of the settings and a few other things. Hopefully they find this thing soon, because I would like to see it, but I want to see the Gibby pilot even more. And now on to the last thing. Sam and Cat's unproduced episodes. Sam and Cat's, the other spin-off of iCarly, was supposed to have 20 episodes that were produced from September 2012, which is the pilot, and then the rest of the other 19 episodes from January 2013 all the way into like June or July, around the time when, I don't know, like mid-2013. The show premiered in June 2013 and did so well that Nickelodeon decided, hey, let's make 20 more episodes for the first season. Nope, we're not renewing it for a second season. We're just going straight for the first season again. And announcing this in July of 2013. And then, in September 2013, they began production. But unfortunately, production had to be halted. In March 2014, they had a bit of controversy going on with the actors, or actresses. Jenna McCurdy had some unmentionable controversies, and a few bit of rumors was going on about Jenna McCurdy and Ariana Grande, and a few other fights here and there that have been mentioned by Jenna McCurdy in her memoir this year. Quite a bit of stuff. So in April 2014, they stopped production on the show. And they're like only temporarily. They didn't want it canceled yet, of course. This show was one of their biggest sitcoms despite its short run time. Despite being a shortly run show at this point. At this point, the show was only airing for 10 months, but it was still doing pretty well. However, by July 2014, when they were down to the last few episodes, they had to cancel the show. They just couldn't bypass the controversies and the actresses. They just wanted to move on. And that was the end of the Snyderverse, which could have continued if Gibby was picked up. Oh, I swear. Nickelodeon really screwed up with that. I mean, they aired Wendell and Vinny, but they turned down Gibby? Hmm? I bet you that shows the reason why they turned it down. Now, where's the lost media, you're wondering? Well, you see, of the extra 20 episodes for the season, 4 were not produced when they halted production, and they never got to go back. It is unknown what these 4 episodes were going to be about, or if any ideas were even submitted. But I do have a theory that one of them could have been an episode with an alternate ending, because in January 2014, one of the extra episodes, #Lumpatious, was part of a spotting night that they had at the time with Sam and Cat, and an episode of the Thundermans, and an episode of the Haunted Hathaways, which were Nickelodeon's only sitcoms airing at that time. Only 3. Anyway. But in June 2014, they had a special vote for the ending night with the Thundermans and the Haunted Hathaways. But no Sam and Cat. How can that be when Sam and Cat was still airing episodes? For like another month after this. Well, clearly the episode must have been intended to be made sometime around April. After all, this was one of the extended episodes of season 1 of the Thundermans, and I think there was an extension on the Haunted Hathaways first season as well. So clearly, if this was part of the extended episodes of season 1 of both those shows, then clearly there was supposed to be one of Sam and Cat as well. But since Sam and Cat's last 4 episodes weren't produced, one of them had to have been one that involved an alternate ending. That just never happened. I swear, I'm the only one who's theorized this. I mean, if they made this one of the extended episodes of the season involve the Spotted Night back in January 2014, which, heck, from what I know, even the Thundermans episode, Crime After Crime, was an extended episode of the first season. They must have been intending to do this because they extended the seasons of all 3 of these shows. So how come it didn't happen in June 2014 with Sam and Cat getting an alternate ending episode? That April 2014 hiatus must have changed something there, eh? Look at me, wasting my genius on a dang kid show. But hey, I grew up with this kid show, so it's freaking personal. This Sam and Cat and Gibby disasters shouldn't have been the way they happened. Shouldn't have been the way they happened. It's just, how did we end up going from making iCarly and then having 2 spin-offs planned only for them to screw up and become lost media? And that's pretty much all I have to say. Well, except for maybe a bumper from Game Shakers in 2016, but who cares about the bumpers? If you guys like this, I would like to also cover a little special year in Nickelodeon's history. Maybe talk about that a little bit. 2018. Yeah. Well, I'll see you guys then if you want to see that. I hope you guys have some bit of lost media found in your house on the stuff that I just talked about. I doubt you're going to have anything on Gibby or Sam and Cat, but if you somehow do, always let me know. Alright? So, see ya.